So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and then there's this other language called Markdown. I don't know why they call it markup versus markdown. Markup seems like I'm going to mark up this text with some other tags, and it's hypertext markup language. So I'm going to do hypertext markup, and this is the language for doing that. Hypertext markup. I'm going to mark this text up with other tags. So markup makes sense to me there. I think maybe they called it markdown just to be kind of like ha ha ha, you know, or compile it down to HTML, right? Because you could take markdown and compile it down to HTML. I don't know if compile is the right word there. But there's a markdown cheat sheet on GitHub, GitHub markdown cheat sheet. And this just tells you how you do markdown. So we use H1 in HTML. You could just use a single pound. So it's basically like what you use to text to make text stand out. And that's how you do markdown. So here's how you do the headers. Right? And here's Alt H1, Alt H2 for like a line under it. And emphasis, you could use asterisks for italics, double asterisks for bold. Lists, you could just do first ordered item, another item, unordered sublist, actual numbers don't matter, just that it's a number, order sublist, and any other item. So you can just do lists with numbers and stars and 2 spaces. And links, you do brackets for the text, and then parentheses say here's the link. And so that's how you create, like on GitHub, I have this page. And this page is right here. There's that page. And so, right, horizontal line, 3 or more asterisks make a horizontal line, headers, right? And I had to put those headers inside of triple backticks to make that code. Right? So that means, all right, this is going to be code in here, and it's not going to render it as markdown. So that's markdown. You should just be aware of it. Here are lists, right? Lists, first, second, third item. Code block, backticks around it. Triple backticks, created this code block. And then you upload it to GitHub, and GitHub sees that markdown and says, oh, okay, it's going to be translated to HTML. And that's nice because you could, when you build a website, you could accept markdown from people, and you're not accepting HTML code. And then you on your server take their markdown and turn it into HTML, and there's plugins to do that for you. And then you're not having to have HTML come to your server from somebody else, which could start to be tricky and risky. Allowing somebody else to give code which you're going to run on your website, not good. Right? But with Markdown, you know, they can't hack that really. So that's Markdown. Anybody have questions about it? Cool. That's it.